Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
We're tracking new details tonight as police investigate a body found at a Lexington vacant car wash.
Police arrest a Sunday school teacher suspected of sexually abusing a teen. The story investigators say he used to keep the boy from reporting what happened.
And the Lexington Fire Department adding some new policies in the event of a suspected case of Ebola. WKYT News at 6 starts now. Good evening. It happened fast. 2 people are in jail now for Lexington's latest murder, and police say they still want to talk to 2 more people.
Police found the victim's body last night on the property of Premier Car Wash on New Circle Road. Investigators announced the new developments just a few hours ago. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy is live at police headquarters with our top story at 6.
Police say that Teresa Jarrett and Thomas Lucky are transients, and they believe they panhandle in that area where they discovered the body. They want to talk to them and they want to find them because they're hoping that they may know something about this murder. Police are less than 24 hours into their investigation involving the body found at an abandoned car wash on West New Circle Road. Already they've arrested 2 men, Joseph Sledge and Kavion Thomas, for robbery and murder. They believe the 2 men and the victim were loitering inside the building that used to be Premier Car Wash.
The business has been closed for some time, so that they were inside the business at some point, the individuals that were been arrested in this individual. So it has been closed for some point. We believe that he has been in this area for some time, but again, still waiting on confirmation of his identification.
People working nearby tell us they're used to seeing individuals hang out at the abandoned car wash.
Sometimes people do walk this road late at night, sometimes early in the morning. You don't know what's going to, you don't know what to expect. One day you see this person, next day they're gone. There's always something going on.
The one thing we do not know yet is the name of the victim. Police expect the coroner to release that information soon. Live in Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
At this time, Lexington police are calling Teresa Jarrett and Thomas Lucky persons of interest.
A Southern Kentucky Sunday school teacher is in jail tonight because police say he sexually abused one of the teenagers in his class. Rex Murphy is charged with sodomy and sexual abuse in Pulaski County. Officials there say there could be more victims and in other communities as well. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is tracking this investigation.
Police in Eubank say the victim in this case is a 16-year-old who told them Rex Murphy intimidated him with tales of witchcraft.
Victim stated that the suspect had told him on numerous occasions that just by brushing his skin or shaking his hand, he could tell his sins through a power that he has because he comes from a family of warlocks.
But police say Murphy, a Sunday school teacher at Pollyann Church of God, also abused the 16-year-old. He's charged with sodomy and sexual abuse.
The accusations were very graphic.
Police say that Murphy told them that he was both the church's youth pastor and a Sunday school teacher. But the Pollyann Church of God minister tells me that he was only a Sunday school teacher. The pastor says the situation is being dealt with internally, but because of confidentiality, little else could be said. Police say Murphy threatened the victim if he told his parents.
The suspect would tell the parents of all his sins, and he could possibly die from this.
Murphy was arrested at a relative's home in Madison County Monday night. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police say if Murphy is found guilty of all the allegations, he could face up to 20 years in prison. A man accused of killing a 13-month-old boy made his first court appearance today. A Boyle County judge entered a not guilty plea on Joseph Adams' behalf. In documents, state police detectives say the young boy suffered extensive trauma to his head and body. They also say there were signs of sexual abuse. The detective wrote Adams blamed the boy's 2-year-old sister for the injuries, but they were too severe, police say, to be caused by a child. Over the weekend, health officials confirmed a nurse contracted Ebola in the U.S.
While cases in the U.S. have been very limited, authorities in Lexington want to make sure they're ready if a case turns up here. WKYT's Jordan Valines shows us the new measures Lexington Fire and EMS will take. That story is new at 6.
Another call for the Lexington Fire Department. A general fire alarm goes out over dispatch. For the men and women of Lexington Fire, sometimes the call isn't just an alarm. Some respond to hazardous material spills, car accidents, or sick patients. It runs the whole gamut. But now there's one more thing these first responders have to worry about, and at the same time, protect themselves.
We hope it doesn't come here, but hope is not necessarily a method. So, you know, just like everything else, we hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
He's talking about Ebola. Now, if you call 911 about your illness, you'll be asked a series of questions by dispatch before someone will respond.
It's essentially flu-like symptoms with hemorrhage, unexplained bleeding or bruising, temperatures greater than 101.5. You're also looking at body aches, nausea, vomiting.
If the answer is yes to those listed, you might see someone dressed up like this at your front door. It's called a PPE, or personal protective equipment. And this is their transportation, an older buggy outfitted with plastic drapes for extra protection. And although the virus is not in Kentucky, fire officials say these measures are for everyone's safety.
Really, you just be careful, and you overcome that with good training and good techniques and the proper equipment. And I think we're set up for that right now.
In Lexington, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Fire officials tell us at this point they've not had to call out that special truck to any scene. The family of 3 people killed in a fire will begin saying their final goodbyes tomorrow. Lisa and David Perkins and their 2-year-old granddaughter died in a fire at a McCreary County home early Sunday. Visitation for the 3 will be from 5 to 9 tomorrow. Their funeral is scheduled for Thursday at 1. Both will be at McCreary Funeral Home.
An attorney ended up on the wrong side of the law after deputies say he showed up to court while high. According to an arrest citation, a deputy found Jeffrey Moore in the jury box in Montgomery County District Court, passing in and out of consciousness. The citation says Moore admitted to taking Xanax and oxycodone and had Suboxone on him as well. He is charged with public intoxication. Police have arrested a driver for a crash that caused a traffic mess earlier this month. Kalen Poe is charged with criminal mischief, leaving the scene of an accident, and 3 counts of wanton endangerment. The crash happened October 4th at Manowar Boulevard and Nicholasville Road. Lexington police say Poe became angry with one of his passengers and crashed on purpose. No one was hurt, but the crash knocked out traffic lights for several hours that day.
The Clark County Courthouse has returned to normal after bed bugs were found in a courtroom Friday. Officials closed the 3rd floor and had it sprayed over the weekend. The carpets were cleaned and furniture put back in place yesterday. The Winchester Sun reports the pest control company will return tomorrow for another inspection. Rain is back in the bluegrass, and it's going to be here for a while.
WKYT's chief meteorologist Chris Bailey shows us how long it's going to stick around. Chris?
Yeah, next couple of days looking a little on the ugly side throughout parts of our region, most of our region, as a matter of fact. Not that today was a thing of beauty, although it looks a little better late this afternoon into the early part of the evening into parts of central Kentucky, where a little ray of sunshine boosting spirits out there in Frankfort, Richmond, up into Covington, Jackson, not so much. Low clouds, fog, and showers. Here's a big upper level low that is spinning. Kind of looks like a hurricane, doesn't it? It's actual low pressure that is in the upper levels of the atmosphere that is becoming cut off now from the main flow. That means there's nothing to push this along. So over the next couple of days, it's just going to inch its way across the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and that's going to lead to additional rounds of gusty showers. Steady rains across eastern Kentucky, though, watching a little band of showers that is now gearing up, kind of one of those spiraling bands around that upper level low that is working in from the west. Moorhead, give it another half hour, we'll turn off the faucet a little bit. Southeastern Kentucky, steady, heavy rains scooting on out of town. Lexington Metro, we've been looking good over the past couple of hours with a mix of sun and some clouds. We're aimed toward that western horizon as of right now. Overcast conditions filling back in, and we're going to see a lot of dreary weather rolling in over the next couple of days. Let me stay on this side to show that evening forecast. Mainly east with those showers. Still windy, guys, as temperatures drop into the 50s.
Thank you, Chris. While rain is what we're talking about now, city officials discussed a different type of precipitation today.
The frozen kind. Public Works, Streets and Roads and the City Council went over the snow plan for this winter. WKYT Sam Smith shows us the changes the group wants to make before those first snowflakes appear.
Before it looks like this outdoors, city leaders dedicate time indoors to discuss how to prepare for winter. The snow season for the Streets and Roads Department starts at the beginning of next month. So now is the time to put a plan in place.
So we want to be ready to hit the ground running by November 1st.
Crews were called out 32 times last year. In an average year, they go out 3 to 5 times. They also used 15,000 tons of salt and now have about 2,000 tons remaining. Right now, there's enough salt to last 2 snow events. And more is on the way. It should be here by early November. That would bring the total to 6,000 tons, which is enough for a typical winter. And they have the budget to add 3,000 tons more if needed.
So we'll definitely should have plenty of salt on hand.
We do have, as in years past, a contract that assures us of a steady supply of salt at an actual really good price compared to market.
The snow plan also includes adding more emergency route signs, additional equipment and staff, and using social media to better reach the public. They also laid out areas that are more likely to freeze and need more attention when it snows. Everything is just a proposal at this stage. The council will have to approve this plan. In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Members of council will make a decision on the snow plan either later this month or at the start of next month.
A traffic alert for drivers using Interstate 75 in Madison County. The right lane is closed on both the north and southbound sides of exit 90. That's the Richmond Urban exit. Workers will be doing rehab work on the ramp. The closure started today and will continue through 7 Friday night. The Valley View Ferry will not be available for the next 3 weeks. Starting Friday at 6 a.m., the ferry will be closed. Officials say the car barge will be inspected, sandblasted, and repainted before the ferry reopens. Drivers in Lexington and Richmond can use I-75 as an alternate route. In Nicholasville, you can use US 27 to Lancaster, then Kentucky 52E to Richmond.
A federal judge has struck down a Kentucky law prohibiting campaign activities within 300 feet of polling places. The ruling comes just 3 weeks before the general election. The judge ruled the state law violates the First and 14th Amendments to the U.S. Constitution. He issued a permanent injunction blocking the law's enforcement.
Mounted police from all over the world are in Lexington this week. They're here for the National Mounted Police Colloquium. Lexington Police and the Kentucky Horse Park are putting on the event. It helps train mounted units and gives them an opportunity to network with other mounted units from all over.
I tell you, it's really nice to be able to live in Lexington and to be able to be there at the horse capital of the world. You get all these really wonderful facilities at your disposal, and in order for that to be able to bring everybody and let them share in that and see what Lexington's all about, it's very nice.
Proceeds from the event go to the Kentucky Horse Park and the mounted unit.